Yo, what's up YouTube? It's J Dean, Dean of Music, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about a legendary posse cut that was on LL Cool J's album, Mr. Smith. And the song is called I Shot Ya Remix. And I want to talk about who has the best verse on that song. Feeling godly when I walk through the building. I got it all from the confidence escaping my feeling. It's time to ball. Now, if you're not aware about the people that are on this song, you got Keith Murray, you got Prodigy, you got Fat Joe, you got Foxy Brown, and you got LL Cool J himself. And LL Cool J's verse got a lot of disses mixed in, a lot of subliminals that was in there, and allegedly this was this song Tupac on LL Cool J's verse. So let's go through it today to see who has the best verse. And Keith Murray from the Def Squad goes first, and he says, I'm here to make $1 out of 15 cents and let my balls hang like I'm on the toilet taking a shit. So that's a funny way of starting the verse off. I'm here to make $1 out of 15 cents and let my balls hang like I'm on the toilet taking a shit. So your balls hang when you're on the toilet taking a shit. In a classic saying, I'm trying to make $1 out of 5 cents or anything that's below $1. So that's a cool line to start the verse off. And my style is all that in a big bag of chips with the dip. Fuck all that sensuous shit. So a lot of Keith Murray's style was using bigger words that normally people wouldn't use in raps. That was Keith Murray like style. He would use big words. So sensuous really isn't a big word, but to a lot of people that is a big word. And then he said my style is all that and a big bag of chips with the dip. Also another saying where people's like, you think you all that, and then people be like, you think you all that, you think you the bag of chips with the dip. Also you got the whole thing. You got the big bag of chips with the dip. So that's cool too. Fuck all that sensuous shit. I always love how he delivered that line. Fuck all that sensuous shit. I represent intellectual violence and leave your clique holier than the 10 Commandments. So the 10 Commandments is part of the holy scripture that's in the Bible. So and leave your clique holier than the 10 Commandments. I like him saying I represent intellectual violence. So basically him saying like I represent the smart. I represent the intelligence to my violence. This isn't just mindless violence. Like what I do is planned, thought out violence. So I like that from Keith Murray too. Also, this isn't like, these first couple bars isn't like crazy lyrical. It's just it isn't crazy lyrical to me. It's like, it's okay. It's like 1 or 2 syllables. It's nothing too crazy. And then he said like, Redman, I shift with the ruck. Redman on, I think There's a Dark Side. He says that line on there. He was like, I shift with the ruck. So he giving a shout out to his were they label mates? I know they were both on Def Squad, but I don't know if they were signed to the same label or not. I don't know. I think they were though. But he's giving a shout out to his Def Squad member, like Redman, I shift with the ruck, and if you was a spliff, we all be fucked. Word up. He says if you was a spliff, we'd be all fucked up. Then he says, no need to ask you, who was he? Son, I get busy. Scuff my Timbs on the boulevards of many rough cities. So he said, well, I could get busy anywhere. Then the ad lib after that line is Chicago, LA, any of them. So Keith Murray on here popping his shit. He said, I have to Norman Bates. Now Norman Bates, I believe was he was the killer that was in the movie Psycho. So I have to Norman Bates ya. I love to hate ya, cause you's a freak by nature. So now he's getting into the bait ya, hate ya, nature, and then he keeps it going with can't wait to face ya, mutilate ya, drink your soul style down straight with no chaser. I like that whole little scheme right there, cause he's like, I have to Norman Bates ya. I love to hate ya, cause you's a freak by nature. Can't wait to face ya, mutilate ya, drink your style down straight with no chaser. I like that right there. That's a nice pocket for Keith Murray to be in right there. And then he says, my verbal combat's like a mini Mac to get back. As soon as one of you niggas try to overreact, the LOD love good confrontation event, break your concentration, murder your camp, fire right there. That line, break your concentration and murder your camp, is fire, because he's basically splitting the phrase of concentration camps. So he uses the concentration as one solo thing, and then the camp is another solo thing, because concentration means focus on to something, and camp is, a settling of a place. So he said, I'll break your concentration and then murder your camp. That's fire. I like that. That's fire. And then he said, for the jealous, overzealous, we fellas blow the spot like Branford Marcellus. And his delivery in the song right there was fire too. The way he paused after he said we fellas, because he was like, for the jealous, overzealous, we fellas blow the spot like Marford Marcellus. So sometimes, for all you, I don't know if you trying to rap and you watching these videos, but a good way to do a delivery for like a punchline like that is you take a little pause and then you put more, the way you enunciate the words after that, you put a little bit more vocal projection behind it to make the bar hit more. So when he says for the zealous, overzealous, we fellas, he takes a little pause and then he says blow the spot, like he says blow the spot, and there's so much emphasis on the word spot. So it's blow the spot like Marford Marcellus. It makes the punchline hit even harder. And to me, that's dope. That's a fire punchline. Branford Marcellus was a jazz player. That's a fire bar right there. And then he said, niggas coming through and acting wild. Y'all commercial niggas better have a Coke and a smile. I shot you. So I don't know if y'all remember the old Coca-Cola commercials. They always was like, have a Coke with a smile. So he's saying y'all commercial niggas better have a Coke and a smile, because Keith Murray at this time wasn't commercial. He was more of an underground rapper. So he said y'all commercial niggas better have a Coke and a smile. I ain't gonna lie, I like Keith Murray verse. I like it better now, because normally when I listen to the song, I'm not the biggest fan of his verse when I listen to the song, but when I actually go through the lyrics, I like it now. I'm gonna give Keith Murray verse like an 8.5. I like Keith Murray verse. And then you got Prodigy, and I believe these two was beefing at this time too. I think these two were beefing at this time. Cause Prodigy says on the song, he was like, fuck all that spaced out shit, or so it was something where they thought Prodigy was taking a shot at Redman or some shit like that. But then you got Prodigy, rest in peace to Prodigy, and Prodigy says, I conversate with many men, it's time to begin again, forgot what I already knew, you hear me, friend? Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep their eye on me. Already starting the verse off with strong quotables. And if that Illuminati want my mind, soul, and body, secret society trying to keep their eye on me, if that sounds very familiar, Jay-Z used that for a sample on the song The Evils. So he's starting it off with a quotable. I always loved how Prodigy used to start his verses off. I conversate with many men, it's time to begin again. Forgot what I already knew, you hear me, friend? Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep their eye on me. Fire by Prodigy. Even though it's not like crazy lyrical, it's still fire. He said, but I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me, make my move strategically. The G-O-D is sort of similar but iller than a chess player. So one thing you will notice about Prodigy is Prodigy, a lot of times he doesn't follow the regular structure of these 2 bars have to rhyme, or this 4-bar scheme has to rhyme. Sometimes Prodigy might go like 2 bars and he really don't rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he might go a couple bars and just don't rhyme, where he was like, make my move strategically, the G-O-D, that rhymes, but then he said it's sort of similar but iller than a chess player. So he similar and iller kind of rhymes, and then he says sort of similar but iller than a chess player. I use my thinker, it coincides with my blinker. So sometimes Prodigy doesn't rhyme all the way. Sometimes like he has weird pockets. Prodigy has weird pockets, but it makes sense for him. And then he says, why you wonder what we saying on the record's real? Yeah, you motherfucking right, kids, you know the deal. My mom is infamous, just like the fucking title reads. You get back slapped so hard, make your nose bleed. Hold on, let me get that back. He said, why you wonder what we saying on the record's real? Yeah, you motherfucking right, kids, you know the deal. My mouth is infamous, just like the fucking title read. You get back slapped so hard, make your nose bleed. Yo. And the way Prodigy used to deliver lines like that, where you see you get back slapped so hard, make your nose bleed, and then it's like a person screaming on the ad-lib like, ah! So that whole shit is fire right there. And then for him saying, my mob is infamous, just like the fucking title read. Come on, man. That pocket right there that Prodigy was in was fire. And then he said, some deaf kids feeling guilty about the space shit. The truth hurts, baby girl, so just face it. So now, like I was saying before, right? Because Prodigy and Keith Murray kind of had, you know, like lyrical spats with each other where they was just trading bars back then. I forgot that he actually mentioned this in the verse where he was like, some deaf kids feeling guilty about the space shit. Now, Keith Murray's a part of Def Squad. Took a direct shot at him on this song. Some deaf kids feeling guilty about the space shit. The truth hurts, baby girl, so just face it. But anyway, back on the real side of things, my nigga sling cracks and wear the fat diamond rings. I always thought that was fire to me, even though that's not crazy lyrical. The way he bounces, that right there was crazy. And then he said, not only is it inside the songs that we sing, everything is real, just not the song that we sing. From my life to paper, very accurately, give you all my two, so maybe you can three. From my life to the paper, very accurately, give you all of my two, so maybe you can three. Prodigy will forever SHINE. My shit attract millions like the moon attract the sea. Gas right there, yo. And then for him to spell out shine on that, I always thought that was dope, because this whole 4-bar scheme is rhyming. When he was like, from my life to the paper, very accurately, give you all my two, so maybe you could three. Prodigy will forever SHINE. My shit attract millions like the moon attract the sea. If you don't know, the moon has a gravitational pull towards the sea. Which is why if you ever been to a beach, if you see the sea, it always goes back and forth and creates a tide. You know what I'm saying? It creates a tide. That is caused from the gravitational pull from the moon. So I just gave you a little science lesson. He says my shit attract millions like the moon attract the sea, because the moon gravitationally pulls the sea towards the moon, and it goes back and forth, and that's what creates a tide. Little scientific lesson for you. He said, how dare you ever in your life walk past me without knowledge, and this man is G-O-D. I shot you. So I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the middle part of like Prodigy's verse. I ain't gonna say like the middle part, like between like the 4th and 6th bar. I don't really like that part so much, but other than that, Prodigy verse is gas too. So I'm gonna give Prodigy verse the same as I gave Keith Murray verse. Even though he got punches like my shit attract millions just like the moon attract the sea, get back slapped so hard make your nose bleed. I like shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But and then the infamous Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body, secret society trying to keep their eye on me. I think Keith Murray verse was just lyrically slightly better than Prodigy's verse. And then you got Fat Joe, which people said people always got the assumption that Fat Joe don't write his rhymes. I don't know if Big Pun was in the picture at all during this time, but you got Fat Joe, aka Don Cartagena, aka Legend, as he say, Legend. Fat Joe, he says, now who the fuck you think you talking to? I pay dues, I spray crews. Look, I'm Joey Crack. Motherfuckers be like he's bad news. Running this racket from New York to Montego. Slaughtering people, bring a ton of keys from Puerto Rico. He's rapping. Hold on, he's rapping. Running this racket from New York to Montego. Slaughtering people, bringing a ton of keys from Puerto Rico. He's rapping. Hold on. Fat Joe rapping. He said I'd rather be feared than loved because the fear lasts longer. That's a quotable. I'd rather be feared than loved because the fear lasts longer. That's a line. I ain't gonna lie. That's a line. That's actually a conversation. Would you rather be loved or feared? Because niggas could fall out of love with you and start doing crazy things, but somebody might fear you for life. I like that, Joe. I like that one. He said these bitch ass niggas know we stronger than these weaklings, seeking for respect that ain't there. Knuckleheads be weird. There's mad tension in the air. Tommy guns for fun, shotties for block parties, while fresh lead heats you up inside like a fifth of Bacardi. So if you don't know, when you drink, the alcohol tricks your brain to think that you're warmer than you actually are, right? So as people always say, I'm gonna just drink to stay warm, but in all actuality, your body is tricking your brain. I mean, the alcohol is tricking your brain because it's literally poison, but it's tricking your brain that you're warm and you're actually not. So that's why he says while fresh lead heats up your insides like a fifth of Bacardi. But I like that little section, that little pocket that Pun was in. I mean, not Pun, that Fat Joe was in, when he said knuckleheads beware, there's mad tension in the air. Tommy guns for fun, shotties for block parties. So guns for fun, Shotty's parties while fresh laid heat your insides up like a fifth of Bacardi. So I like that. Call the ambulance. This man, call the ambulance. This man's wet. Bullets cut him down from the root up just like a Gillette. And then I like that. Bullets cut him up and down from the root just like a Gillette. So it cuts your face. It cuts your hair from the root of it, just like a Gillette. Then he says razor, which I keep hitting in my oral. Now, I didn't know people was really doing this. So I saw a butter rim, and when Tupac flicked the razor out of his mouth, I didn't know New York niggas was really keeping razors in their mouth. That shit is crazy, but I like that. I like that when he said bullets cut him down from the root just like a Gillette. Then he says razor, which I keep in my oral, ready to spat out at any adult that want quarrel. So quarrel is when somebody that wants a problem with you or has a problem. Then he said these feds want me for attack evasion, mad at the fact that somebody's getting Lucci that's not Caucasian. Bullets be blazing through these hot streets filled with torture. Joey Crack, aka Kaiser Saucer. So I always liked how Fat Joe ended his verse on here, right? Because to me, how you end your verse is very important as well. But Joey Crack, aka Kaiser Saucer. Now he didn't say I shot you like Keith Murray and Prodigy did at the end of their verse, but he's saying some real shit. These feds want me for tax invasion. Mad at the fact that somebody's getting Lucci that's not Caucasian. Bullets be blazing through these streets filled with torture. Joey Crack, aka Kaiser Saucer. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get Joe verse like an 8. It's cool. It's cool. I done heard better Joe verses. It's cool. And then you got Foxy Brown. And believe it or not, y'all, just listen to this verse, man. She said, what's the deal, Pop? Thug niggas get... No, she starts it off by saying, what's the deal? And then she comes in. Thug niggas get a minks to chinks. Tore down, we sip drinks, rocking minks, flashing rings and things. Rapping from the first 2 bars, spitting. These niggas giving minks to chinks. Tore down, we sip drinks, rocking minks, flashing rings and things. I'm not gonna lie, yo, Foxy was fire. Like, as a rapper, fire. I know it's like rumors that people say that either Nas or Jay-Z was writing her verses, but Foxy was dead nice, nigga. Thug niggas get a minks to chinks. Tore down, we sip drinks, rocking minks, flashing rings and things. She was rapping, bro. Minks, chinks, drinks, minks, rings, things. Right, rapping. And then she says, frontin' hardcore deep inside the Jeep Mackin', doing my thing, fly nigga, you a Scarface king. Whatever, I don't even know what that means. Doing my thing, fly nigga, you a Scarface king. I don't know what that means. Is she calling a person Scarface, or is she saying you want to be Scarface? And I actually don't even know what that line means. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. But then she says, bitches grab your tatas, get them niggas up for they cheddar. Fuck it, Gucci sweaters and Armani leathers. She's rapping, bro. Even though cheddar, sweater, leathers, it's just the pocket and bounce that she got on this and the flow that she has on this that's making it fire. She says flossing rocks like the size of Fort Knox, 4 carats to ice rocks, pussy banging like Versace low pots. She is fucking rapping, bro. Rocks, Knox. Then she used rocks twice, right? She used rocks twice, but to say pussy banging like Versace Lokes Pox is crazy. That's crazy. I always loved that pocket that Foxy had right there. That was gas. And then she says, wanna creep open like raw ass cheeks. I'm sexing raw dog with no protection. Disease infested. So just saying how she get down is nasty. Basically, that's what she's saying. Like, that's how she get down. Is nasty. Wanna creep open like raw ass cheeks. I'm sexing raw dog with no protection. Disease infested. And then wild rap rhyming. Infested in protection and sexing. She's rapping, and then one of her favorite words is about to come up. Italiano got the Luciano. She loved the Luciano at this time. Italiano got the Luciano. I gets down fucking with the brown fox. Extra keys to the drop. Boom, jiggling, baby. I got crazy Dominicans who pay me. The Lolo, I play slow. Roll like the fern. Mafioso crime kingpin. It's all real, nigga, with the deal. I shot you. She rapped. You see what I'm saying? Yo, she really rapped. And she only said her pussy was fire one time on this whole verse, and she rapped. Nowadays, some of these women, they when they rap, so I ain't gonna say all of them, because you got some women that like Rhapsody that's dead nice and won't mention her pussy's good. She might have said it on like 1 or 2 songs, but she raps. But Foxy only said it one time during this verse, and she fucking rap. Flossing rocks like the size of Fort Knox. 4 carat the ice rocks. Pussy banging like Versace. Low pot with the Dale. Yo, she was rapping, yo. I'm gonna give Foxy verse a 9. I ain't gonna lie. Foxy verse is better than everybody verse so far. She bodied this shit, and she was only like 17 when this came out. She bodied this shit. And then you got the legend himself, LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James, the legend himself. There's a lot of people to GOAT, to a lot of the older people, but you got LL Cool J. And then I always loved how he started this verse. He sets the fucking tone when he come in and say this shit. He said, "What the fuck? I thought I conquered the world, crush Mo D, Hammer, and Ice-T girls." Why you starting the verse off like that? Why you starting the verse off like that? Why you mentioning all the girls you fuck and the niggas that they were? Like, why? You crush Mo D, Hammer, and Ice-T girls? Why you say that, bro? I ain't gonna lie, you ain't had to do that to them niggas. You ain't had to say that in the first 2 bars. Now, I'm not privy to all the LL Cool J beefs, but I know he did have beef with Kool Moe Dee. I know that for sure, but I didn't know that he had a problem with MC Hammer and Ice-T. I didn't know that. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. But for him to say that at the beginning of the shit, he said, "What the fuck? I thought I conquered the world. I crushed Mo D, Hammer, and Ice-T girls." It's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. But he said, "But still, niggas wanna instigate shit. I battle any nigga in the rap game quick." That nigga is not playing with y'all niggas. Cute, yo. Big Ellie, don't nobody call that nigga Big Ellie, but LL Cool J ain't playing with y'all niggas. He said, "I battle any nigga in the rap game quick." He said, "Name the spot, I make it hot for you bitches. Female rappers too. I don't give a fuck, boo." I love LO's. I love his aggression on this verse. I always loved his aggression on this verse. And then he says, "Word, I'm here to crush on my peers. Rhymes of the month." He said, "Rhymes of the month in the source for 20 years. God damn." He said, "Word, I'm here to crush all my peers. Rhymes of the month in the source for 20 years. Back when the source was a very respected magazine in rap. Like, for you to have the rhyme of the month in the source back then was perceived to be as a huge deal, right? It was like getting 4 mics or hip-hop quotables. It was a big deal, right? And he said, "Niggas scared. I'm detrimental to your mental state. I use my presidential Rolex to be the bait. Niggas fight." He said, "Niggas fight. Glock cock, your temple gets fucked. MCs that fuck with LL, they get bucked. That's real. What's up with that? I shot your deal. Light shit. Niggas slip now. How the bullet feel?" I ain't gonna lie, LL was talking to Pac. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That nigga was talking to Pac. He said, "Niggas fight, Glock cock, your temple gets fucked. MCs that fuck with LL, they gets bucked. That's real. What's up with that? I shot your deal. Light shit. Niggas slip. Now how the bullet feel?" Yo, he's rapping. New York appeal and LA they gang banging. But if you touch a mic, your motherfucking ass hang. Just letting you know, like, that's what the shit this shit is directly at Pac. This whole shit right here. But he says New York appeal in LL. No, he said New York appeal in LA, they gang bang. But if you touch a mic, your motherfucking ass hang. So he basically saying like, yo, I know what they do in LA, they gang bang, but you step into my realm, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. That's what LL saying. He said, "That's facts. Niggas don't receive no type of slack. Cause if they do, they ass is always running back. Not this time, but next time I'ma name names. LL shitting on you from the top of the game. I shot you." And then the song just like cuts off. I ain't gonna lie, LL black. Now it's not the aggression makes this verse like 30 times better, because lyrically it's not crazy, right? Lyrically it's not crazy. It's a lot of one syllable raps, but his aggression, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga got at Pac. I ain't gonna sit here and cap to you, like, I don't say cap, but I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. He said, "That's real. What's up with that? I shot your deal. Light shit. Niggas slip. Now how the bullet feel? New York appeal and LA they gang bang. But if you touch a mic, your motherfucking ass hang. That's facts. Niggas don't receive no type of slack. Cause if they do, they ass always running back. Not this time, but next time I'ma name names. LL shitting on you from the top of the game. I shot you." That nigga blacked out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Off aggression alone, and just how he just started bombing on niggas. He said next time, but he said not this time, but next time I'ma name names. He talking his shit. I'm gonna give LL Cool J verse like a 9.2. If it was just slightly lyrically better, I would have gave it like a 9.9. I mean a 9.5, 9.6 in that type of range. But the aggression and him getting straight to the point so you don't confuse anything and to do slight subliminals, but you know who the fuck he talking about, and to mention some niggas' names at the beginning of the verse, I'm not gonna lie, this is what I like to see. When it's your song, I expect you to have the best verse on your song. And this is exactly what I like. LL Cool J has the best verse on I Shot Ya. Now, it's not lyrically better than like the Keith Murray verse or the slight pockets that Foxy Brown was in, but from aggression and getting straight to the point and perfect pockets, is not him trying to fit so many words in. He's perfectly doing his flow. And this nigga said female rappers too. I don't give a fuck, boo. He letting everybody know, like, yo, even though I done all of this in the game, because around this time, I believe this released in like 95, I believe. So around this time, LL had probably been in the game probably like, what, 8 years at this time? 7 to 8 years. He's still letting y'all know that, yo, everybody that's on this song was a new rapper at the time. Like, they was only like 1 or 2 years in. I think Fat Joe, I forgot when Flo Joe had came out, but Fat Joe was still relatively a new artist. He might have been out 2-3 years, but Prodigy, as far as like being known, because yeah, they had Juvenile Hell, so that was a couple years before the Infamous. But Foxy Brown was a new artist, brand spanking new artist. And then for LL to still be on pace with these newer artists is gas. I give LL hella respect for this verse. Like I said, I give it like a 9.2. It's the best verse on the song. LL, you did your thing on I Shot Ya. Everybody did their thing on I Shot Ya for real, but I don't think I rated Fat Joe's verse. Did I rate? I did rate Fat Joe's verse. I'm tripping. But anyway, it's been J Dean, Dean of Music. See you next video.